Hi and welcome, I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, this is the weekly Wednesday Warhammer / Wargaming questions and answers. This is an off the cuff video for you guys that are new. What does that mean? I record, I upload. There's no editing, no fancy things done, you know. So those that are new here, this weekly Wednesday is all to do with models. It's model focused. So it's paints, painting techniques, materials that we can use to do sneaky things, models themselves, anything to do with models, that side of the hobby. This is what the Wednesday's about. You ask me questions, I answer them. For those that are regulars here, guys, I feel the love. Sometimes there'll be a terrain question that comes up, because I'd rather than me bunch them up together and then answer them on a terrain video, I'd rather just slip them in here every so often. Now, I was hoping something was going to arrive before today, but it hasn't. So there's one question here that I was going to try and answer last week, but the thing never turned up, so I couldn't do it. It still hasn't arrived, so I'm just going to address the question, and hopefully the answer I give you is going to be sufficient. Why do I not do any reviews on new codexes and new models and stuff? Now, there's two answers to this question. The first one is, I can't, at the time of filming this, Dectus Mechanicus is the new codex that's come out. I can't, if I had that here right now, I couldn't give you an honest comparison between 9th edition one and 8th edition one, because I never, played 8th edition. I stopped playing at 2nd edition. Okay, well that's when I started playing and then ended up stopped playing. And then I started playing at the end of 8th edition. I had a game, really loved it again, got back into it. I still waiting playing a game of 9th edition because of COVID and everything else. No one can come over here. So I can't compare something that I don't know about. If it's a Demon Codex, I'd be able to compare it because I've played a game with the Demon Codex and I've read it, pretty extensively, so I know a good bit about it. That's the first part of the answer. The second part is, when I order something from GW at the moment, with everything going on, it's taking a minimum of 20 working days. So it's the equivalent of a month to arrive. Now, I ordered Space Marine Codex and Dark Angels Codex about a month ago. Okay, actually I think it was just over a month ago I ordered it. 24th, I do believe. And today we're on the 26th. So, and it still hasn't arrived. Now, I don't think that's GW's fault. I think that's the courier service. They couldn't find the address. I had to phone up last week and say, well, where are you? What's going on? So I'm hoping that arrives this week. Now, I was thinking about this, and when something like that, say when it arrives, say it arrived tomorrow and next week's Wednesday, I wouldn't be able to give you a review on it based on previous edition because I have no knowledge of it. But I could give you a first, my first impressions type, review, which if it helps, it helps. If I see anything sneaky in there, I can point it out, and hopefully it's great, but I'm pretty sure everyone would have covered everything by now. Now, in terms of models, there are a good few models that I actually want. Bellicor being one of them. Even though I have the older version, I look at the new one and I'm like, wow. There are Silent Kings and I want to get, but I don't want to go and get any models until I've got through a good bit of this. With that said, I'm in the same situation. If I order it now, it won't be here for another month or so. So if it was pre-order in say 2 weeks time and I ordered it, it might be a month later I actually receive it. So that's why I haven't done anything like that, but I'm looking to do first impression sort of videos to do with them. Now, another question is, apart from GW and Army Paint now, can I just use normal acrylic paint to paint models? Now here's the thing. This is an acrylic paint. Okay, it's acrylic craft paint. Okay, these are other examples of craft paint. Okay, this one over here. You get this one. This is another example of craft paint. Now I don't like this one too much. It seems very like jelly to me. When I say jelly, I don't mean like you know, strawberry jelly. I mean, as if it's like a gel. Okay, it's a really weird paint. It's acrylic. Now, I wouldn't use these ones to paint models. The reason why is to me, they're too thick. There's not enough medium applied into them because they're not designed to do models. They're designed to do kids' pictures and, you know, stuff like that. For painting terrain, great, fantastic. But for models, I would say no. You know, it's not the best one to be using. Now, you've got Games Workshop, you've got Army Painter, you've got Vallejo, you've got, you know, there are so many different types that you can use. Now, if you go into a proper model shop, I'm not talking GW, I'm talking like a proper model shop. In the Republic of Ireland here, there's one called Mark's Models, there's one in Selbridge and there's one in Dublin. If you go to one of those shops, they have all like the little kits for like the tanks, you know, World War I, World War II type kits. They have their own version, their own paints for them. Now, I've used some of them before on models and they seem to be okay. Now, for me, if you put a little bit of that colour on the wet palette, you could get away with doing a thin coat. I can't give you an honest opinion on it because I haven't used them on models for a long time. And I know I've used them before, but I can't remember the exact outcome was. So my answer to that question would be, stick with something like, you know, Army Painter, GW, Vallejo, all those type of things. And if you are going to experiment with something a little bit different, do it on a test model first. Now, I've got a test model around here somewhere that I can't even see at the moment. But it's basically an old horror, minus the arms. I took the arms off to use that for a conversion. That's my test model. So I use whatever colour on that to test it. And then when I've done a good bit of testing on it, I will then strip it of paint and give it an undercoat and leave it sitting there dry so I can test it and other stuff, you know. So one half of it is white, one half of it is black. Okay. The reason why that is, if I'm using a specific colour and I put it on over a black undercoat and it comes out, oh, hold on, no, that's not. I want it a bit lighter than I want it, you know. And adding a second coat makes it go really horrible. Then I'll know that to use that colour on that specific part, I need to make sure it's a white undercoat or a very light creamy undercoat, that type of thing. So yeah, that's that one. Now there's also these ones actually. Now these are acrylics as well, but they're, as you can see, they look more like an oil paint. Yeah, again, I wouldn't use these for models. I'd only use these for terrain. Okay, so there's 3 questions there, guys. Hope that's helped you. It's a quick video this week because I'm absolutely flat out with so much to do. So guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, turn your notifications. If any part of this helped you, then, you know, subscribe to the channel and join us. The terrain build this week is actually, I'm very happy with it so far. It's down here at the moment. I'll give you a sneaky peek actually. Here we are so far, okay? It's going to be a chemical works. So I'm very, very pleased with it. Very happy, very pleased so far. And I don't want to do anything that just messes it up. So if you're here for the terrain build, guys, just patient with me. You know, you won't be disappointed. Okay, guys. So until next week, hit the buttons for me and I'll see you later.